Hello, everyone. This is Robert Landau, Live Life Well TV host with another episode of Did You Know? One of two weekly trivia programs prepared just for you here on Live Life Well TV. So here we go. Did you know that baby porcupines are called porcupets? Did you know that at the 1908 Olympics, the Russians showed up 12 days late because they were using the Julian calendar instead of the Gregorian calendar? Did you know that beer is one of the oldest recorded recipes in the world, with documentations of the beverage that actually date back to around, get this, 5,000 BC and the ancient Egyptians? Now, wow, that's a pretty old recipe, don't you think? That's even before Betty Crocker. Did you know that lasting only 38 minutes, the Anglo-Zanzibar War of 1896 is generally considered to be the shortest war in history? Yeah, 38 minutes? That's about as long as this program. Did you know that Americans consume no less than 150 million hot dogs on the 4th of July each and every year? Did you know that the Caspian Sea is the largest enclosed inland body of water on Earth? Did you know that during World War II, Queen Elizabeth II, then an 18-year-old princess, trained in London as a mechanic and military truck driver? Did you know that the heart of a shrimp is located in its head? Did you know that Canada has more lakes than anywhere in the world? 9% of the country is covered in fresh water. Did you know that a group of flamingos is called flamboyants? You gotta love it. Did you know that there are more than 7,000 different Caribbean islands, but only about 2% of them are inhabited? Did you know it's been estimated that a new baby can rob parents of anywhere between 400 to 750 hours of sleep in the very first year? Did you know that India and China are the only countries in the world with populations above 1 billion people? Did you know that despite their names, Iceland isn't covered in ice and Greenland ain't very green? Did you know that a single cow can make roughly 200,000 glasses of milk in a lifetime? Did you know that a snail can sleep for 3 years? I think I know some people that do that too. Did you know that Rhode Island might be the smallest state in terms of land area, but Wyoming is the least populated? Did you know that Barry Manilow's hit, I Write the Songs, remember that one? I Write the Songs That Make the Whole World Sing, wasn't even written by him? Did you know that koalas and humans have remarkably similar fingerprints? Did you know that SOS does not stand for anything? It actually was created as a universal distress signal because it's a simple, unmistakable message when sent via Morse code. Did you know that with 94% identical DNA, chimpanzees are the closest living relatives to humans? Did you know that Tootsie Rolls were used as part of the rations for World War II soldiers? Did you know that the French territory of Louisiana was purchased by the US in 1803 for roughly 4 cents per acre? Did you know that aulophobia, A-U-L-O, aulophobia is probably the way it's pronounced, aulophobia, A-U-L-O-P-H-O-B-I-A, aulophobia, is an exaggerated or irrational fear of flutes. Wow. I wonder how many people have a fear of flutes. No. Don't play that. I don't even see it. I can't even see it. I can't hear it. That person would have aulophobia. Do you know anyone who is aulophobic? Hello, my name is Robert Landau, and I'm aulophobic. I have a fear of flutes. I'm not making fun of it. I just think it's fascinating. Did you know, folks, that in the last row of the US Senate chamber, there is a desk that is always stocked with candy? Did you know that with a population of 37,308 and an area less than 1 square mile, Monaco is the most densely populated nation in the world? Did you know that it takes light from the sun 8 minutes to reach Earth? That's fascinating. So fascinating, I'm going to say it again. Did you know, I didn't, that it takes light from the sun 8 minutes to reach Earth? Wow. Did you know that elephants can't jump? Did you know that Grover Cleveland was both the 22nd and 24th US president? He is the only man to have been elected to non-consecutive presidential terms. Did you know that the 100 folds in a chef's hat represent 100 ways to cook an egg? That tall, pleated white hat that chefs wear, you've seen it, technically called a toque, T-O-Q-U-E, has 100 folds. Most of them do for a reason, or at least traditionally they do. According to the Reluctant Gourmet, the pleats used to signify a chef's level of experience, like the number of ways he or she knew how to prepare eggs. Never knew that. I'm so glad I'm doing this for you today. Think of what you and I are learning together. Think of how we will remember nothing of this 5 minutes after this episode concludes. But it sure is fun while we're doing it, right? In that vein, we move on with this. Did you know that the longest wedding veil was longer than, get this, 63 football fields? The longest wedding veil was longer than 63 football fields. There is actually a woman in Cyprus who set the Guinness World Record for the longest wedding veil. How long was it, did you ask, like specifically? Nearly 23,000 feet, which is the same length of about 63.5 football fields. I just can't even imagine that, or what her wedding day must have been like for those who were in charge of her train. the wedding veil. Next up, we've got this. Did you know that some cats are allergic to people? Did you know that you can hear a blue whale's heartbeat for more than 2 miles away? Did you also know that the blue whale, the world's largest animal's heart, weighs about 400 pounds, approximately the size of a small piano? Did you know that Coca-Cola was the first soft drink in space? Did you also know that the Coca-Cola company has made more than 10 billion gallons of syrup since the formula's invention in 1886 by Atlanta pharmacist John Pemberton? Did you know that you can major in wine at Cornell University? I know a lot of people that if they knew that would probably go back to college. Technically, that wine topic that you can major in at Cornell, it's actually a degree in what they call viticulture and enology, which means the cultivation of grapes and the science of wine making. Did you know that we have 2 more true or false questions left? Oh yes, I'm sorry, it's about that time, but all good things must come to an end. But the good news is we'll be back next week with yet another episode of the show. But until then, I have 2 more for you. Here's the second to last one. Did you know that about 700 grapes go into a bottle of wine? That's approximately 2.6 pounds worth of grapes. And finally, did you know that the crown jewels contain the 2 biggest cut diamonds on Earth? They both came from the Cullinan diamond, a 3,106 carat gem found in South Africa in 1905. The largest stone, called the Great Star of Africa, is in the sovereign's scepter, while the second largest diamond is mounted in the imperial state crown. That's the one you see the Queen wear when I think she opens Parliament every year. She wears it for some formal occasion. And actually, if she had been watching this episode of Did You Know, she would have been wearing that royal crown. Anyway, I hope you had a good time. I think you can tell I did. Don't forget to tune in next week, or if you haven't seen previous episodes of Did You Know, do it. Do it and wear your crown doing so. We'll see you next episode and on all the other shows that are episodic on Live Life Well TV. This has been Robert Landau. Thank you so much for joining me.